Okay. Oh shit, I want to make sure.
Relatively optimistic because the fact is the numbers just say if you're down 10%, odds are on your side that you'll get actually above average returns over the next year, and you'll actually have a gain 76% of the time over the next year. Now, average
There's ones you gotta know,
year
kid.
declines are about 15%. So could we go down further than we saw on Thursday? Last Thursday, we certainly could. And if we go into recession, it
So she's
probably
up
gets
on a
even
pig, but
worse.
she'll go
But
back
again,
down a little
I
bit.
think you have to look at where we are right now.
And that's in the
I
Dow
also would
Industrial.
say I think
It's
you're
not
right on in
Apple
terms of
or
I
Boot
think
Barn.
they really hit these growth stocks a bit too hard. And you've already
See, I
started to
couldn't tell you
see
the names.
obviously
They
a
were
very
working a lot of
strong
small
rally in some of
caps.
those
They
names.
were fixed income. Or no, this isn't fixed income.
Listen,
There was one before this about fixed income. It's like fixed income in the market. You know what that means? That means they're just tipping into it, banging on a growth stock, not paying attention to the bottom line or overall who's working those mountains.
Simply saying you don't get that kind of violent move because the Fed may pull forward an interest rate hike by one meeting or whatever it may be. What do you think right now, though, Bill, then, is the biggest risk? Is it the Fed? Is it Russia? Is it options? Is it something we haven't even talked about?
Well, again, because I push so hard in the Masons, I'm going to tell you it's the Nephilim. I'm going to tell you that's what it is. And hopefully you understand that I'm not just some fucking whack job.
Forced to raise rates, right? I think everybody says, hey, even if the
What they look like nowadays. Yeah, I look like one of them.
In March. And,
Careful.
Market's not pricing in 5 hikes this year. Are they in the place where they are forced to hike enough that they smother the economy? And I think that's part of what's getting.
Why would you smother the economy? Fixed income off the
markets.
markets. So you got all this great resignation coming through, Mexican labor coming up.
Better keep your seatbelts on because I think that some of that's going to continue to hang over us for a while.
My guess is you're going to say we should not start pricing in for a recession this year, maybe not early next year, but at some point, do we have
Not this year,
clients
not
who are
next year.
thinking long term have to start slowly adjusting for the idea that this economy is going to slow down and that history suggests that
And
there
again,
will be a
without
recession or
market
could be a
fixed
recession
income, all
in
the
next
great
couple of years.
resignation,
Start planning
unless
for
they
that
had a
because the
job,
do
plus
go
the
down
Mexican
big
market,
during recessions.
the markets go down during recessions.
No doubt.
If
Right?
there's a
We're
draw
not gonna
in
Andrew
the
say,
labor
you're gonna
because
get
there's a
one. I
recession,
don't think you're right. I don't
then
think we're gonna
nobody's
get one
getting work.
this
The game here is for them
Clearly, we're
to.
slow here in the first quarter.
What you would want to do is
Would
begin
say, I
position
think
that
the
45 over the
underlying
long hauls in
is-
these
and
things
part
and
of
temper it like I was
what's going on
talking
in the
about.
market now,
There's a
you've gotta
few
upgrade
web
quality,
pages. There's that
whether
Russell
you're in
2000 in
upgrade
general.
tech and making it
There's
through the chasm,
was supposed to
if we do
be
in fact,
S&P
or when we do
composites
in
or
fact,
S&P
eventually go
indexes
into
that you could
recession.
put
That
into
also
that
tends
temper
to
it out
match up
over
quite
everything
nicely
inside here.
with
But remember,
liquidity,
that's all
which is
just
quite
zeros
well
and
when you're
ones to
in
the
a Fed
asset
tightening
manager.
cycle, probably for good
They say
reason,
something
because of
to
exactly
effect
what I
of his
laid out that
clients that
always
want to
appear, right, is
readjust
that
over
the
the
Fed
next
takes it
couple of
too far.
years.
Yep.
Or is forced to take it too far.
So with that said, what's our best mix of stock investments right now? Or is it something outside of stocks?
Well, you couldn't. If there's a recession, how do you expect the Tim Cook cell phone to sell? If there's a recession, how do you expect Microsoft to sell? What is definitely going to hold is one post on Dale Park for sure, and that's the farm. Because in the end of it, even without money, people are going to still put back into it and use that for labor. It goes way back. That and then defense, and then anything inside of there that are the mainline commodities that go back to anytime you go hardline. Because the thought theory was here is like, quit being a bear market onto it. There's too many bears in the market right now. When they say it's a bear market, that means you're hunting bears. Look what CNBC's doing, or look what the Peacock's doing here. Probably all day today, probably all day yesterday. It's been a trend for a good long little while, instead of finding anything good to talk about in incidents like this. It's like there will be other types of ways they do this, but you got to keep an eye on it.